This is just so shocking, isn't it? That the first reaction is to try and blame Brits, and it usually is the left, isn't it, Rakib?
Dan, I think it's absolutely remarkable. Much of the discourse surrounding the tragic deaths in the English Channel, they definitely fall into anti-British sentiment territory. There's people blaming fellow British citizens for having perfectly legitimate positions on matters of border security. You've also had people say that if their fellow citizens are not supportive of opening more safe routes, then they're complicit with people smugglers, people who are essentially putting the lives of those people crossing the English Channel in jeopardy. And I think it's quite remarkable. And I think it's actually deeply anti democratic to say that British people are not entitled to have a perfectly legitimate, or you could say robustly conservative view when it comes to how our national border should be managed, that they're not entitled to that view. I think it's an authoritarian approach to our politics. And it does show that when a tragedy takes place, some people instinctively want to blame fellow British citizens. And I do think that falls into, I think that is a form of anti-British sentiment for sure.
I think you're completely right, actually, because, of course, the counter-argument is that the left who want more routes to be opened are actually encouraging the people smugglers, because I'm absolutely convinced, Rakib, that the consequence would be more of these perilous crossings from Africa into France. So the left really have to think about the consequences when they suggest that we should just open the borders and allow more safe passages, because it's the wider ecosystem that actually will create more death, more misery, and will embolden the people smugglers. And that is not humane.
Absolutely. I've been saying for some time that the National Crime Agency, for example, needs to be given a greater amount of resources to clamp down on these people smuggling infrastructures, which very much exist in the UK. I think something that's been missing from this particular situation, or rather the commentary on this particular situation, is how poorly treated some people are by the French policing authorities. And out of desperation, they do look to cross the English Channel. So it's quite remarkable that members of the British left, they don't want to discuss how French law enforcement are implicated in terms of how the way they're treating certain people, how that's pushing them towards making this perilous journey, and rather that they would want to blame the UK government. Of course, we can have a broader discussion in terms of how British-French relations, because there's a great deal of tension, how that's reduced the scope for cooperation in terms of reducing the chances of such tragedies taking place. But that would require a degree of nuance that many people on the British left are not looking to really bring to the table.